Life throws you punches. Trauma, life, and burnout. I've lived through it all, and I've built something for the fighters that refuse to stay down. If you're ready to stop playing small and own your story, then this is where you belong. The Unstoppable Network is where the overcoming stories are getting very loud. From veterans to survivors to trailblazers, sharing their story of turning their pain into power. Welcome to the Unstoppable Network, where we turn your mess into a message.
Welcome back to another episode of the Unstoppable Network. I'm your host, Dorothy Odell. I am super excited. It's it's been a while since we've been here in the studio, and so I'm just happy to be here. Today's guest, I wait for you, so welcome to the show, Dr. Renu Singh.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Welcome. How are you?
Doing well. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Absolutely. It is. It is. You're in lovely Phoenix, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
What's the weather like there?
It's hot, but yesterday it rained, and so it feels really good today. But we know what Phoenix is for 4 months in summer. And still we have chosen it as home. So that's what we are ready for. So this is good.
Right. Well, welcome to this episode here. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your being unstoppable story, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. So hello, everyone. My name is Renu Singh. I'm a mother of 2 young adult children, my daughter and my son. They are living in the East and West Coast and making an impact in the world in their own way. I was educated for 30 years, and in 2024, I started my own business as an education consultant and a life coach. So I coach executives and I do growth coaching. Recently, I wrote my first book, SoulSong. It is there on Amazon. We are doing the launch coming Sunday, 23rd August, from 10 to 12 p.m. Arizona, Phoenix time. Mm-hmm. And I'm also a speaker. My purpose in life is to touch million lives and coach a few.
Okay, cool. And so congratulations on the book that's coming out. And you said it's coming out
on 23rd August, this coming Sunday, we are launching the book. It's on Amazon already. We are launching it.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
There's a little bit of there for some reason.
It's coming from my side as well.
All right. So the 23rd of August, you have a new. Yeah, you're back. We got you back. It froze a bit there. The name of your book. What is the name of your book that's coming out on the 23rd of August?
the name of the book is SoulSong. So your soul music. And I think that's what our life is. Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Let me see if I can get this so that it's working better here.
Yeah.
All right. So you said you're also in a book, anthology with Lisa Nichols, and you actually were both part of that book. So can you
Yes.
share a little bit about your chapter in that book?
So the chapter in that book is more about claiming my voice, claiming my voice without shame, without guilt, and speak my truth. It took a long time and lot of lessons, ups and downs, but that helped me to gain clarity and also the courage to share my message with the masses. And Lisa does such an amazing task of motivating masses, supporting women. So it's a great honor that I got an opportunity to talk a very short story about why our voice matter, and it matters very much in today's era when things are changing, and both women leadership or as a business person or just as a person, we are claiming our identity without shrinking. Means we are stepping up to own our identity, and Lisa has given us this opportunity to own it. So that's the story about it.
Right. I love that. I love that, as a woman in today's
Yes.
any society, but if more didn't have voice. And I think now as we progress in life, that women now are able to use their voice. And I get it. We are men are head of the household in some areas, some aspects, but we still hold it all down. Some of us have a full-time job and then take care of the family, and it feels like our voices are not heard. And I love that your chapter is about that, claiming your voice. Because I don't know about you, but throughout my life, it's been keeping the peace and not saying what's been on my mind. Has that been your experience?
Similar to yours, for sure. I think I grew up in a culture where, as a female, my voice was secondary to the male in the society generally. And that's how I saw my place as a woman, in the shadow of somebody, shadow of a father, or shadow of a boss, or shadow of brother or a husband. So when I immigrated over here, and culturally and in my mindset, I had my Indian roots, and I was living and working in a culture where the Western philosophy was predominant. And through this living into very, very different thought process, and I slowly realized that I have lost myself completely in the relationship. I have lost myself completely in the relationship at work also. Because at work it was subtle, at home it was evident. But in both places I was losing myself, and I was thinking this is my place for a long, long time. And
Yes.
and slowly I realized that like, who is Renu, by the way? Who is Renu Singh? And I had no answer. I didn't know what I wanted, and how to make sure that I have not just freedom, but I have the safety net to speak my truth and be valued for the contribution I do. But unfortunately, in both places, when I started speaking up, when I started owning myself, there was a lot of pushback, as you can say. In the school system, I worked for 22 years. I contributed significantly in creating 3 award-winning schools, small schools. And but I think my contribution was never taken into consideration and kind of given to somebody else. And also, so first I thought because I'm an immigrant and that's why it is happening. My first generation immigrant, but slowly I realized that it's not just that. It's also part of possibly that I'm a woman. It's possibly that I'm different. And it's possibly those people who were my supervisor or leaders, they were not able to see me. They were seeing the work, they were seeing the data, they were seeing the impact, but I think they were refusing to see that an immigrant, brown skin woman with an Indian accent and a scientific mind can do this much. So I think when I started my own business as a coach, and I came out of a system which was kind of, you can say, as you said it very nicely, was refusing to see me or had no ability to see me. People can judge somebody only when they know that thing. If they don't have, they will judge it from their place, wherever they are. So, and in this, so this chapter, which I wrote for Lisa Nicholas, was the beginning when I started saying my message without fear, saying my truth without fear, and also realizing that means I was sitting on this book for years, but I was just not sure how it will be taken by people. And but Lisa and many other mentors made it very clear that somebody wants to hear this message. And just like you said, like, that's how we convince, you're so right. And unless we talk about it, when we talk, we let others to think and give space to them to speak up their truth and learn from each other and support each other and be the part of the growth which we have the power to do so in the society and the world at large.
Amen. When everybody shares their story, I believe as a collective, we grow stronger. You know, we can learn from each other. The whole premise of starting the show 5 years ago was because I didn't want people to know that they were alone in their circumstances, right? Because life can sometimes and be hard, and you know, there's tons of judgment out there, especially in today's society. And we just need to come together and just say, listen, if I can get through this, you can get through this. And I hear you and I see you. And, you know, in this day and age, I don't like it when I see other people putting other people down. It's like, why can't we all just be, collective and help each other out? Like, that's what that's what this is about. So I love that you put that into your own story, and shared that within the this new book that's coming out. I mean, the one that we're doing with Lisa Nichols, that is gonna be coming out at the end of September. We don't have an affirmative date, but we do know that it's coming soon. So closer to mid to end of September, and it will be Business, Life, and Universe, book 18, part 1. There's just so many people that wanted to get into this book that they had to make it a 2-part series. So we're number 1. We're number 1. And I can't wait to read your chapter, because I think right now women are finding their voices. And I don't know about you, but I'm in my body's going through a menopause era, and I have no filter. So some people love me, some people hate me. But I think in this day and time, we've raised our kids. If you've had kids, we've built our careers. We've done it all at this stage, and now it's our turn to be heard. And it's so empowering for women, let alone anybody, to be able to share that openly. I was at work today, and somebody questioned me on if I really needed some information that didn't I already have it. I said, if I didn't already have it, do you think we'd be having this conversation? My time is precious, just like yours. And if I didn't have it, do you think I would be asking you for it? And like, I wasn't sarcastic. I just put it out there for him. I said, I'm running in and out of 5 different companies all day long. Like, I don't have time to play around. And at the end of it, he said, I have mad respect for you. I said, well, thank you. That feels great. And I would have never have said that even 5-10 years ago. Never would have said that. I would have kept my mouth shut and been upset. And instead, I'm like, yeah, this is how it is. This, and that was so empowering. And it's not like he had a hissy fit, because I'm like, dude, I'm just as busy as you are. Right. And so I think sharing our voice and saying what we got to say. I love that you wrote about that in your chapter. And like I said, I can't wait to read it. So thank you, though, for opening your voice and sharing that, because I think a lot of us need to hear that. A lot of us need to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for the confirmation, Gertie. And this journey was pretty much, you can say, it's lonely, because I don't have the support system which I had back in India. It's a new place, so new circle of friends, and raising kid as a single mom, and doing innovative work at school. Most of the time, I'm taking 200 decisions all by myself. And there were times when I felt like only if I would have one more mentor, or maybe my life would have been more easier, and my impact would be 10 times more than what I'm doing, because just doing all by yourself, there is nobody to talk to, nobody to kind of understand or see or hear you. It's a pretty lonely journey. And I think you're so right. When we start speaking, then we find our tribe, we find our people, we find, and that by itself is so empowering. And that was the one reason I said I did not get much support or someone to talk or a proper mentorship. But what I have learned, I want to be there for people who are ready to read the book, who are ready to take my coaching courses, And that's how the whole story started to begin. And see how you are also amplifying the same message. Lisa Nicholas is getting, like, this is the first of the 18, just the amount of voice and the impact is going to create in the world. So yeah, happy to be one of the pioneer with you, and continue to talk our stories, continue to support each other, and grow.
Yes. I'm so glad you brought up the tribe thing, because it's funny. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends. It's funny where I grew up at. It's like you couldn't be friends with more than one or two people, because then somebody would get jealous and mad about it. And I'm just like, I'm not that type of person, and I didn't want the drama. And so I guess that's why I stayed to myself. And it wasn't until 7.5 years ago, when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, that I found my tribe. I found one woman on LinkedIn. I was supposed to go on some woman's podcast, and she says, "Hey, do you know Jen Sahari?" And I'm like, no idea who she is. Well, she has this Jen's Happy Meal, and I think your book would be great, because I had just wrote a book and it had just been published. And I said, oh, okay. And so she introduced me to Jen, who in turn introduced me to my tribe. And for the last 5 years, we have just been rock solid. These women had gotten me through some of the worst moments of my life. And not by cuddling me, by telling me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. Because you're never going to get further along if you just have somebody in your life that's, oh yeah, that's really great. No, just tell me how badly it sucks and let's move on with it. Right. So anyways, I love that you said that. And I'm so glad that you brought that up. So you mentioned your coaching. So how do you help people?
So I do executive and growth coaching, and my website is soulsong.world, and that is the easiest way to get in touch with me. Soon I will be rolling couple of group coaching sessions. My forte is, my clients say, is my one-to-one coaching. And now with this book, if someone wants to, the principles are there. So if someone wants to just buy this book and read and do the work on their own, then it is available on Amazon. And if they want a quiz or they want a worksheet, and so I'm also in the process of creating digital products. Some of them are going to be available for free, and some of them are going to be there for nominal charges, so that they can combine their way of learning and growing, and choose what option works for them, what package works for them.
I love that. And your website again was SoulSong. What was that?
.world. Instead of .com, it is .world. WORLD.
.word.
World. World.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you would.
Oh, yeah. I love that. SoulSong.world.
Yes.
I love that. That is so cool. It's and it goes with the soul song.
Yeah. It's
okay. And
yes.
So what can people expect when working with you? Like, what's the outcome they can expect with working with you?
That's a very great question and a deep question. So if you go on LinkedIn, I have simply written that I elevate high potential individual who want to impact the world in a positive manner by self-alignment. So this whole soul song, the premise is that each one of us are unique, right? We all the time we say each one of us are unique, but sometimes our expectation becomes generic. So we become entangled with the social and cultural expectation of the world. And we start living that life thinking this is real. So, and then soon they find they have the success, but there is this emptiness. Or soon they find that they are doing everything right, but they don't know, like, who are they? They are mother, they are entrepreneurs, or they are wife, or they are and so parent. But who is that person? What the true identity? They have somewhere they have lost it. So through the self alignment coaching, first step is when we connect to ourselves, when we connect to our true identity, and when we have this combine this present identity, the future identity which we see ourselves as, with this true identity, we achieve things beyond our imagination. We set ourselves to live an extraordinary life. So that's where, when our relationship with ourselves is in the full alignment with our uniqueness, our true identity, we are able to do our work, our relationship, and life in a manner which is more meaningful and joyful. So that's how I help those people who are on the path to the new identity, but still working from the present identity by ignoring their true identity. So how to align all of this to make their superpower. And once they work with their superpower, they see how fast they achieve the goal they want to achieve.
Right. So it's like making their soul sing. Hence why the book SoulSong.
Yes.
I love it. It's tying it all into that. I love it. Alignment is what's needed. And if you've been out of alignment for so long on certain things, it's not healthy. Wow.
Yes.
That's powerful. That is so powerful. So the best place for them to reach you is at soulsong.world. And they can connect you with either the book there or your coaching is on there too.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. So thank you so much for being here today. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. I love new people, and it feels kind of like we've been on the same journey together. It just proves that it doesn't matter, where you grew up. We all have that connection, right? And it's just by simply talking about those connections and meeting new people that you'll get to see, wait a minute, you're no different than anybody else. So I loved, and thank you so much for being on here today.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And guess what, Dorothy? Today we expanded our tribe. So thank you for giving the opportunity to expand the tribe. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Absolutely. And thank you. And do you have any last words for our guest today?
We live in an era where the outside noise is pretty much, I will say, is one of the highest level of noise which goes on every platform. And it is very easy to get carried by that noise. And And when we get carried by that noise, we so slowly dissipate our own power. And so if you want to realize your own power, just step back and reflect on those things which your inner core is trying to tell you in a very subtle voice. So listen to that subtle voice and take time to reflect on it and see how beautiful your life turns out to be. How easy reaching your
That is so
goals
beautiful.
becomes. So just all the best to listen to your own soul song. Don't suppress it. Sing it to the loudest because the world wants to hear it.
Oh, that is a mic drop. Listen to your own soul song because the world needs to hear it too. I love that. Oh my gosh. Thank you again, Dr. Renu Singh, for being here today. We appreciate you so much. Go check out her website, SoulSong World. Don't forget her new book is August 23rd, and our collaborative book that we are both in together with Lisa Nichols will be out mid to late September. Once I get more information on that, I'll keep you guys updated. But I just have to say, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Unstoppable Network. Share it with all your friends because somebody out there also needs to hear Dr. Singh's story. And, you know, you are just leading them to the path of least resistance by introducing her to Dr. Singh on our show. So thank you so much, guys. Be unstoppable in all that you do. And remember, same time, same channel.